It's just the end of the first week of June, and we're in a sort of really mild, hot and mild time, and the plants are really growing fast. And I've got a couple of things which I'm going to harvest. Not the whole lot, just what's ready, and that's my broad beans. I've got a few now which are ready, and there's probably enough for maybe a meal. The broad beans. There's an awful lot of flower on them, and if you look here, some of the dwarf ones are now producing some reasonable sized pods. And if I leave them, they'll probably get too big, and I do like to eat broad beans when they're little. So I'm going to pick some of these now and see how we go. It's too hot for you as well, isn't it, Scruff? This is what I like to do with the broad beans. It's a piece of toast, it's a piece of bacon, it's broad beans with butter on them, and a fried egg on top. In addition to the broad beans, cucumbers are doing well as well. As you can see, these are looking quite good. And I've got a couple of large cucumbers there. And I think the biggest one, this long one here, I think we will pick this one now and start to use it. I've got a couple on there, slightly smaller, but generally they're doing really well. Tomatoes, obviously not ready yet, but as you can see they're growing, and we've got some bigger ones there, so they're all mostly moving forward. It's a bit hot for the cat, so he's lay out in the broad beans. Yeah, I know, it's hot, isn't it, Scruff? He obviously likes that, but it is pretty warm. So I think he's going to have a sleepy day. You going to have a sleepy day, Scruff? Yeah? Yeah, it looks like you are. Garlic now just starting to turn yellow leaves, which is normal. And again, I think when these do start to do that, they're not far from harvesting. I would say we're probably talking a couple of weeks more, maybe. Normally I start to harvest these late June, early July, so it's not far away. The potatoes, there's flowers up there, but I noticed there's a bit of yellowing and it looks like a bit of blight on some of the potatoes, so I might have to have a look at that if it gets any worse. Overall they're looking pretty good, but there is in that central area a little bit of yellow, and I think one plant has succumbed to it, so I'll need to have a look at that just to see if I need to do anything to put it back in order. And if it is, it's probably, I might need to spray it with a fungicide. We'll see. I'll have a look. Onions are growing really strong at the moment, and the brassicas under the sprouts and the broccoli. And if you look at the sweet corn, pushing on. Peas, there's some pods, but they haven't filled out. There's some good pods forming, and a lot of them, but they haven't yet filled out. Those will be after. Runner beans, they're about halfway up the pole, some of them, and they're putting their side shoots out, so I'm expecting these to kick on. Actually, you can see on the runner beans that we have got some low flowers at the bottom. A couple of flowers just starting now. There. Courgettes, a bit of mildew on the leaves. I'm not going to worry too much about it because they look healthy, and there's a few courgette flowers and courgettes come in. The plum tree's doing well. There are a considerable amount of plums, so this does look like it could be a good year all through the tree. They're growing well, so hopefully we'll have a good crop of plums.